Good evening and welcome to the 7 of 7, the Drink Bag Game Show that explores the inebriated minds of our guests. Welcome to the inexplicable, the unmeasurable, the downright unpredictable game show that defies the laws of logic and the constraints of normalcy. It's a show that has surpassed all expectations and surprised everyone involved, including ourselves, because, let us be honest, we lost the initial synopsis somewhere between the shots of tequila and rounds of laughter. But fear not, for we are navigating this crazy ship with nothing but sheer instinct and enough alcohol to fuel a rocket ship. So grab a drink, buckle up, and get ready for a ride that is more fun than Gen Z podcast. Yes, please know that this show is recorded under a controlled environment, and I guess we should refer to any location of his choice after. Remember to always drink responsibly. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is OJ, and this is the 7 of 7. Yes, welcome back. Meet our guest for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for our next guest. A man so resilient is practically immortal in the world of entertainment. He started out as a publisher of one of the most circulated and read entertainment magazines in the late 90s and early 2000s. A true pioneer, a guerrilla marketer ahead of his time. In his early years, he was the bane of OAPs. Yes, that's honored personalities lurking in the bushes like a music-loving ninja, ready to pounce with tapes and CDs of his artists. Yes, he did lay siege to radio stations, waiting for the perfect moment to ambush the unsuspecting OAPs with his latest musical offerings. It was a bold and unconventional approach, but it worked, propelling his artists into the top spotlight and solidifying his reputation as a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. Our guest is not just a music historian, is practically a walking encyclopedia of Nigerian music with more knowledge in his pinky finger than most people have in their entire record collection. Artist manager to one of Africa's pioneer Afrobeat music exports, that's Tubaba, and of course CEO of Now Music. Let's not forget he humbly began his career as a dancer growing up in Warri Delta State. Let's give a warm welcome to the man who has lived more lives than most felines, the king of A&R, PR, buck wild when necessary. Let's make welcome to the show, Efe Omorogbe. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure. For starters,
Yes, shoot.
who controls the copyright to that intro?
You want it?
Yes. There are a few lines I want to borrow from my official bio.
Okay.
But
We'll talk money, Abi.
I'm honored. Thank you.
We'll talk money
Yeah,
afterwards.
of course.
Anything money, we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us
My
once
pleasure.
again.
Absolutely.
The rule remains right here on the show that you ask a total of 7 questions throughout the duration of this session. All questions must be from the music, entertainment, live of Efe Omorogbe category. I will attempt to answer all of your questions while firing back with mine. And for each question we do not get correctly, we take one shot.
We'll take one shot. Fantastic.
Okay, so what would you like to drink tonight?
Let's start with the questions first.
Okay, let me give you this since it's on your side.
Okay.
So let's just chart. Now, we've been seeing the craziness happening on social media, all from just an interview Idris Abdulkarim granted as an OG. First thing first, are you kind of like embarrassed what you're seeing on social media?
No, I'm excited.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm excited because it's a fantastic learning opportunity.
Okay.
I say to friends of mine, associates that I deal with, that for too long, there are basically two perspectives floating around music, entertainment, business space as far as conversations are concerned. And that's, gossip and PR, right? We don't have enough in-depth investigative, journalism around music. There's too much opacity. People, even industry players, are not fully aware of a lot of happenings. So music history is not complete. Jurisprudence, legality around music business and all of that is terribly incomplete. And what happens is that you do not have robust but knowledge base to draw from. So you're unable to establish patterns. You're unable to, without history, you don't really know who you are, right?
Yeah.
You cannot replicate certain successes because you're not even sure how they were achieved in the
If
first
this was
place,
done,
right?
yeah.
So it's there are bits of it that makes you a bit uncomfortable, but overall, this is how industries are grown. This is how people, learn
To have the conversation.
So overall, it's positive. I mean, even I, who would have assumed knew quite, had quite enough
Knowledge of what really went down.
the stuff popping, and I'm like, oh, so
Really?
I'm connecting dots, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh wow, I didn't see that coming.
So it's working.
Yeah.
It's working. So this is what we will do. You pick one first, so you
Just
can pick
for
one.
the-
For the road.
Okay. Make it for not long.
It's a means of we signing a dotted
Okay,
line that
okay.
we obey by the
the
rules and
rules.
nothing by the rules.
And we won't be like the politicians
No, we'll
and the
try,
political parties.
Yeah, we'll try
We
to
won't
make
have
sure.
3 or 4
candidates.
candidates in. Okay.
I know they are. Ladies and gentlemen,
I
I'll
do.
be filling this back up, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we're clear on the rules, we'll go on a quick break. I'll be filling this up,
5, 6, okay.
and the drinking will continue. And welcome back to the 7 of 7 OJs right here in the building. Get ready to dive into the depths of music management mastering on revealing the intricate details of what it makes Ife Omorogbe the best music manager that ever lived. Let's peel back the curtain on the life and times of a true music industry titan. Are you ready? My first question.
I was born ready.
My first question, but I always like to let's banter a little bit before I drop my question. You took Africa's biggest export, that's Tubaba, to the heights he attained. You maintained that relationship with him through Fortified, Buckwild, and Breathless 2010, and many more events that shook the live event industry. You've been at his side through the rumors, the scandals, the family feuds, and all. Like a means of communication, let's just banter now. Where did you draw the line in your involvement in his personal lives and travels?
Personal lives and travels. Okay, so in a sense, I find it hard to call him by any
Tubaba.
other name. Innocent and I are fundamentally friends, and we've had a great personal relationship over the years. And in the course of 20 years, funny enough, 2004 to 2024, of course, if you work with anybody for that long, it will be difficult to draw a clear line between, this is just business or this is personal.
Yeah.
And what he did is to, just as it is with the professional end of it, he was willing, or he considered quite a bit of responsibility, to the management, to handle some stuff that are not like necessarily hardcore business, but could also have some kind of direct or indirect impact on the business. And that's what we did.
Okay, so good, so good. Now your question, my very first question. African Queen has contested, as it has become, is Tubaba's most iconic track, and which brought him into international fame. What internationally released movie acknowledged this moment, however, by including the track in its official soundtrack?
Fat Girls.
Final answer.
Yes, Fat Girls. Starring Monique.
Okay, there's some questions I shouldn't even ask if you're more of it, because you will definitely get it. Yeah, you're very correct.
Yeah, you probably be lucky if you asked me if you ask me a question about Oliver the Coke or...
Yeah, it's very correct. Fat Girls' international notoriety came to 2Baba when his hit African Queen was featured in 2006 Fox Searchlight comedy Fat Girls, starring American comedian Monique. He was the first Nigerian artist to have a song featured in an internationally released movie. In the film, Monique plays a plus-size aspiring fashion designer who eventually falls in love with a Nigerian doctor who appreciates and loves her body. In that movie, there was You Are My African Queen. I think it was by the poolside.
Yeah, fun fact.
Shoot.
Do you know that Mad Melon and Mad Mountain Black, that's aka Downfall Drivers, they were also listed on that soundtrack?
As co-writers?
They had a song on the soundtrack.
On the soundtrack of the movie Fat Girls.
Soundtrack, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to, Two-Face, Kenny's, and this new from then to the new generation of guys doing stuff internationally. But let me take this opportunity of being on this, great show to put it out there.
That's why we have you here.
A lot of the stuff that's happening today did not start, they did not start in 3 years ago or 10 years ago.
The Grammy nominations.
Nigerian
the billboards,
Nigerian talent and talent of Nigerian extraction have, from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s, they've achieved a lot of major milestones within international space. We must recognize that. We must, acknowledge that. Yeah. We all cannot just come up and start acting like it started with us.
It started from Burna Boy and Davido. I like it that you're chipping this in, because people always talk about it like, do you just think the music just started from Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido? No, people have been grinding. The billboards, being on the billboards, getting nominated for like Grammys.
Everything these days, if I didn't know any better, I swear I would have thought that.
And maybe it's you guys' fault. People are not telling the story.
No, we take a bit of responsibility. But again, let's look at it this way. If I didn't know any better, I swear I would have thought that booty was invented 10 years ago in music videos. Or maybe even 7 years ago. The craze, the way people go about the feminine post, like. There's always been there. I'm sure it's always, so there's this, I think is the social media, the digital, the internet, it puts information sharing on overdrive. It's like everything is on steroids and everybody's just going with, gaga, like, adrenaline pumping and all of that. A lot of these things have been there for a long time.
Okay, that's why we have you on the show today. Yeah. My next question. Hopefully you will drink with this one. Because you can't be getting all my questions right. The whole idea is to get you drunk. You came up in an era where the Nigerian music scene was suffused with Nigerian dancehall music like Daddy Showcase, Baba Frios, the Downfall Drivers and the likes. You first signed up a kid called Sleek, and you also signed Funke, a Celine Dion-esque type singer who actually succeeded in wresting away the attention of radio listeners from the music of that time. This is not my question, but what happened with those acts, by the way?
It was part of the building blocks. Every project that we did, with every failure, we took learnings. With every success, we also took learnings, and we just moved on. So that was part of the process. Sleek, Funke, Sonny Neji, Tunde Omiobe, Daniel Wilson. Then we moved to, Two-Face, Obi-Wan, Hill Bliss, Timi Dakolo, Sheishe, and so it's part of the
Okay. Now my question: you often stalked radio presenters in your endeavor to promote your artists. You took no prisoners, leaving school to set ambush outside of radio stations to present tapes and CDs to OAPs. One of such radio stations was Ray Power. We heard this track play repeatedly on a show called Soul Serenade, and it's held at night time. Now, let me pick your brain and see if you can still remember. What two iconic radio hosts presented this show between 1996 and the year 2000? Soul Serenade, Ray Power.
Soul Serenade, Ray Power.
1996 and 2000.
Oh, this is not nice.
Just drink.
No, the name is no, it's not right. But I remember I can see the guy's face. I'm just struggling with the name. But he had within some period, he had Jumobi Adepeson on that show. So sorry.
Are you asking me?
I'm telling you, I'm sure.
Also,
Jumobi as one presenter at some point.
Okay.
But there's a Dennis the Menace Ogi was on So Serenade.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, those are the two names you're
Those are the two
dropping.
names I remember.
Final answer.
Yes.
Am I going to do the show today with you? Yes, you're very correct. Jumobi Adepeson and of course Dennis the Menace Ogi. So Serenade was a pioneer night talk show hosted by the duo Jumobi Adepeson and Dennis the Menace Ogi in the late 90s. It features love songs through the course of the show and heartfelt
A
conversations.
round of
from the
applause,
host.
man. Can I get a come on, man? Can I get a round of applause?
Jumobi eventually went on to marry the famous Richard Mfedamijo, who we know now as RMD. So, 2 questions, you got it.
Yes.
I have to come with my A game today, because what is this?
So what you probably didn't know that someone has probably reached out to the guys preparing the show, the questions,
Hey, INEC.
and someone I reached out to them and said, see, you know, if Femobi is a nice guy, and you don't want him to come to this show and look bad, and you know, if the show goes live, you know these kids are going to drag him, so just be nice, right? Project into his,
Pick his brain.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll catch you.
Yeah.
There's still time. Your turn.
So it's my turn. Playing around that era, this is a nice cue. Around the late 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s. Name 3 pioneer music shows on television that significantly aided the growth of the music industry. 3 pioneer music shows.
Oh, there was AIT Jams. That's Keke and D1. Most Def, because we all watched that.
One. I said 3. Name 3.
Kwame.
What's the name of the show?
Kwame had a countdown show. Kwame had a count. It wasn't top 10.
This alcohol is calling your name.
Top 10.
So am I supposed to give you like infinite time to, or like a 10-second countdown?
Wait, Global Sounds. Global
That's
Sounds.
true.
That's Kwame.
So you have 10 seconds to go and can go 10,
I didn't do time for you.
9, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Kalikwe.
3.
Kalikwe.
What's the name of the show?
Kalikwe had something.
A round of applause for him.
Yeah.
So you've scored like 2.6 over
Kalikwe had
3.
top 10 countdown.
No, that's New Life Beats. New Life Beats. But I mean that's 2.6 over 3. So a round of applause for you. Round of applause. Also, Titi the Dynamite made an appearance on a Two-Face video. What is the title? Your colleague.
Our very own Titi. I know Titi was in Free Wins now. Who be that girl?
Two-Face Idibia video. Titi made an appearance on a Two-Face Idibia video. What's the title? I can give you 6 days for this if the producers will permit. 1 day gone.
No, it's not yet 24 hours.
2 days gone.
Titi Subaba's video. No, not African.
That was born out of wickedness. This question was like from the depths of and this is Donti's idea.
Donti!
Yes.
Don't talk to me after this show. I know Titi was in Free Wins. She was in Tosin Martin's Olomi.
I knew the one. I knew the ones you would know, so I chose the ones.
She was in Shank, Julie.
You don't tell me what you know.
Are you sure? In Subaba's video.
Please drink. Keep on rocking. Catch the vibe
I've
and
not
get
finished. I
the
would have
feel-
said it.
Just a little alcohol. Thank you.
Should I take half?
Everything. Take everything.
At least I gave you options.
Take it. No. Take everything. Thank you. You are a gallant loser.
We'll go on a quick break. And when we come back, there's no smiling on this face. We'll be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before I went on that break, there's no smiling right about now. 1 down on my side and everything is still filled up on the OG's side. And hopefully with my next question, you will drink. First and first, I always come with conversations. A&R in Nigeria cannot be a subject without your contribution as part of the curriculum. Now Music was set up in 1999 as your days as an undergraduate, and of course you co-founded Hypertech Music and played a role in 960 Music Group. What has been your unique secret to the positive impact you've had in the industry?
There are no really unique secrets to my journey or my play or anybody's. I think they're general secrets, the general rules that you apply, whether you're in fashion business, whether you're a media entrepreneur, or you have to be sure what you want to do. You have to be able to identify exactly what you want to achieve. You have to gather as much knowledge and know-how, maybe through formal or informal processes. You have to arm yourself with knowledge. When we did our first release, it failed to make impact because we had limited knowledge. We knew how to make a record. We knew how to package a record. We did not know how to sell a record. And selling is not necessarily by hand-to-hand, distribution. The media and PR part of, we didn't even realize how much it would cost to promote a release. So we put in all the work, put all the budget front-loaded on this end. When we're done and we have the product, we had nothing left to push it, right? So, and what we did, like myself and a lot of the people, colleagues in that space, we was try and error. We learned, we failed, we stumbled, but some of us stumbled, fell off. Some of us fell by the wayside. Some of us, picked ourselves right back up and we continued, and we just kept, going. So that's where the determination, persistence. So each time I failed, and that's the funny thing, and maybe that's the secret. Each time, so we'll make a plan. Just for the sake of illustration, we'll make a 100K plan. We'll go hard at it. Myself, the team, Mega Mob, Don T, now we'll go hard at it. We would fail. Our eye go clear. We go chill. We come back. We don't come back with an 80K plan. We don't come back with a 50K plan. We come back with a 250K plan. We're punching harder and harder. Why? Because yes, we did a 100K plan that didn't work, but let's identify exactly why it did not work. So we never trimmed our dreams or our pursuits. If you notice, from Sleek to Funke to Tunda Omiobe to Sonny Neji, Daniel Wilson, it was with each project, the artist was bigger, the stakes were higher, the challenges were, and that's how, we just kept going. So we never settle.
Before your time, there were renowned names and studios who not so specifically pushed Nigerian artists to fame. One of such was even Ezra Studios, where Two-Face Tubaba claims he first met Annie. Your question: who founded? You look like someone that will do this one. Who founded even Ezra Studios?
Even Ezra Studios.
Just drink. Don't do this, just drink. Okay, time.
It's not Femi Lasode, is it?
Huh?
It's not Femi Lasode, is it?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You want to drink or you want to answer?
Answer now if I got it right or not.
God. Okay, you are correct. You see, I would have just lied that you were wrong. Okay, you are wrong. Take half. Because you not give me the full name. I just want to drink. All right, you are definitely correct. Obafemi Lasode. Obafemi Lasode is a Nigerian veteran musician, film director and producer, songwriter, music producer and playwright. Is the chief executive of Even Ezra Nigeria Limited, the stable that produces
another round of applause,
award-winning movie title.
Nice to an OG now.
An award-winning movie title Shango in 1997. Prior to that, in 1995, he established African.
He was even a PMA president at the time.
Yeah.
Big shout out to him.
God, what is happening today?
Next question.
So many years, so many successes. You've rubbed shoulders with the very best. Of course, like you talked about, the late Raymond Okwesi for TV and of course radio businesses, to cement your place as one of the foremost and top A&R executives in Nigeria. Now, let me catch you. Since we talked about Kwame, we talked about New Life Beats Kali Ikpe. Now, Kali Ikpe of the New Life Beats, there was Kwame of Nigezie, and of course Andre Blaze. Now your question, if the New Life Beats was to Kali Ikpe, as Nigezie was to Kwame, what and where was Andre Blaze's origin story?
Silverbirds Rhythm, Port Harcourt.
Final answer.
Yes. Rhythm FM, Port Harcourt.
How do I do this show today?
So, if I ask you the question, do you drink?
If you get it right.
Yes, I get it. Do you get
no,
to drink?
now how
Okay.
no? Okay, you know what we'll do? Based on I'm asking you questions that you should know. Let me just take one because I'm messing up. So let me take one from your side because I should definitely be asking you.
No, I want. So when the show is done, I want to see 7.
No, I'm messing up and I'm asking
you.
you.
Can take from your part. So we can, how they do, Nations Cup, they do like a penalty, 5-5. You see like green and you see red, right? So like you miss 2 penalties, you get, 2
okay,
red.
it's not that I should take your drink because I messed up.
Take your own drink.
Okay, let's just
because what you want to do is optics, you want to make it look like the 1-1, like one cancel one. And that's what you do for Edo State. So
well, that's where we go down. But okay, let's just move on. Yeah, you're very correct. Silverbirds Rhythm FM Port Harcourt. Why? I was thinking you just call Nigezie. Yeah, Andre Blaze gained notoriety as the outspoken man of charm on daytime radio on Rhythm 93.7 FM Port Harcourt, where he worked for over 6 years before joining Nigezie as a TV host. In May 2012, he quit his job at the cable television channel after 4 years later accepting an offer. Shoot.
By the time I start flunking it, when the other questions come that I don't have the answers to, I can rely on the echoes from
the accolades. Yeah, and of course, Andre Blaze also hosted Nigeria's Got Talent. Prior to this, he had hosted several other variety television and talent shows, including True Search, Battle of the Year, and Peak Talent Show.
And guess what? Inside Source.
It's an IT guy now, Sean.
Andre Blaze is hosting Inside Source, and you guys have to watch out for the docu-series Inside Source.
Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, cool.
Wait. Don't go ask me questions I don't know.
No, I won't. I will try to. I'm feeling...
What's happening today? 4 questions. You've not missed anyone. No. This is not cool.
You should know this. Andre Vibes. Maven's super producer.
Yeah, producer, yeah.
Songwriter, responsible for monster hits for the likes of Rema and Aresta. Is the son of which music legend?
Sir Victor Wifo. Clap for me too. Is this playing?
Okay, so that's one question, right?
Hey God.
Second question, you should also know this. The Remedy's debut release, a maxi single, was initially released on which label?
The Remedies.
Yes, the debut maxi single that had Shakomo.
It's in that's causing fights now. Who wrote it? Who sang it?
Who was initially released on which label?
They said they took it to Ray Power. That's Kenny's Music now.
What was it issued on? Which record label was it initially released on?
Before Kenny's Music?
This guy won't do a joke. Just give me the name of the record label it was first released on.
Kenny's Music.
Your final answer?
Huh?
Is that your final answer? Is that your final answer?
From the conversation on social media, Eddie Remedy says one that wrote it.
Is that your final answer?
They took it to Ray Power.
This guy, they explain. Is it yes or is that your final answer?
I see what you're trying to do. Kenny's Music.
Okay, Kenny's Music. Take a drink.
It's not Kenny's Music.
It's on Soul Records.
Soul.
Soul Records was a record label that had Cooper Victory.
Why are they not talking about this? It's just
The first, so if you heard about the process where they were trying to wrap up their tour and run down a contract so that they can sign the contract that Candice gave to them, that contract they were trying to run down
was this
the Soul Records contract. So drink up, drink up, drink up, drink up.
What's happening today?
You met your match. Thank you.
Let's go on a quick break.
Are you slow? Is it a calling yet?
Let's just go.
Is that calling yet?
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. OJ is in the building. The OG is also in the building. If you're more away, ignore whatever I see on the table.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's happening today. It just seems to get on my question. Well, that's why it's an OG. Let's banter a little bit. You've been quoted once or twice as saying you only made success after just name passion and replacing it with business. What exactly did you mean by that, by the way?
Sorry, take that again.
That you've been quoted once or twice as saying you only made success after jettisoning passion and replacing it with business.
Yeah, most definitely.
What did that mean?
So I came into the game headlong, passion-driven, just wanted to get things done, but never really quite paid serious attention to the business end of things. I tell talent I work with, even as huge as Innocent is, Two-Face is, right? I still say, bro, see, record the song. Now, you recording the song doesn't mean we're going to release it. Just record it. I have a feeling like, it's the ish. You might not see it today. Yeah. Maybe by the time we get to when we're doing a short list or mix the album, you still might not see it, and we'll defer to, but you should not, that shouldn't make you not record it. There has to be someone in that room, in that studio that says,
thinking of the
4 days, 6 tracks, 1 million naira, can exceed $1 million naira. So I didn't make any progress as a music business person, as a showbiz person, until I realized that. And the first thing I did was to push contracts to my guys. If you're a writer, if you're a producer, if you're a singer, if you're an artist, like, okay, we're Mega Mob, we're cool, we're family, we practically live together, but
let's do business.
To hell with it. These are the contracts. We're going to define what we do. If my job is to fund, I'm going to seek funding. If your job is to write, you're going to write. If your job is to record and perform, you're going to perform. And you're going to do that as an obligation.
Let me pick your brain since we're having this conversation. Let's talk Defo Clan, Thoroughbreds, The Tribesmen, Rough, Rugged and Raw, Azados, Alibi, Swatch Roots. They were very passionate about the arts of making music. Do you think they would have been bigger at their approach, their passion with a more business sense?
Oh, a lot of them approached their passion with business sense. They were reasonably successful. Okay. So I mean, the fact that we're talking about them today, 20 odd years down the road, because for every of those, Defo Clan, Swatru type guys, there probably were 800 other groups that would never remember because they didn't make the cut, right? So why people actually think that Afro beats or the Nigerian music started, late 90s, down, is because there was a dislocation. Everything was good and tidy for a number of years. From the 50s to the 80s, we had like 25, 30 years of vibrant Nigerian music scene where we were putting out records. The likes of Sir Victor Wifo, they recorded for labels that were international labels and distributed their music across West Africa and all of that, right? They had Uncle Laulu Ekins was A&R, was a producer, but he was with Sony, right? They were attached to these labels, just like you have Sony today, just like you have Universal. You had all those labels. So, Onyeka Onwenu was with Sony.
There was Premier Music.
There was Premier Music. There was Premier Music, which was Polygram. Yeah. Right. There was Sony, which was I've got there was a CBS. There was Sony, which was CBS. There was Ivory Music, which was EMI.
Yeah.
And these are international labels. Decca, Philips, these are international labels, right? So, but at some point, late 80s, things started getting really bad.
Loving it right now.
Then again, sorry, let me just opportunity to say this, please. And I'm not knocking anybody. I met Daniel Wilson, late 90s. And Daniel Wilson was a mega superstar. And Daniel Wilson hardly traveled by air locally, but you couldn't get Daniel Wilson to go anywhere on economy class.
Mr. Ragamuffin.
You couldn't get Daniel to go anywhere. There were Nigerian artists who got VIP first-class treatment, who had proper technical riders. You couldn't engage down to the sound and everything. You know, they had the road management team. You know, and everything was tidy, right? So, sorry, nobody made it possible for Nigerian artists to get respect from multinationals.
Not to just Abdulkarim.
Nobody. It's that. So there were artists that moved like in Nigeria. They moved like with like 3, 4, 5 trucks, tour bus, you know, full complement of, you know. Most of the big talents, even at the regional level, they had big hotels where they performed, like the way Lagbaja had Motherland, you know,
yeah.
venues, right?
Yeah.
So some of them will have a big hotel that will have, you know, a venue attached to it. Bongo Sikwe was a big time superstar in the 70s. Chris Okotie had, I was talking to him, had a suite at the Federal Palace Hotel, you know, for months on end. If you were a big fish, and you got treated like that. I've had conversations with big promoters, the Prince Adeni, you know, the Potsin, the guy who did it. I've seen his archives. I've seen some contracts, you know, the booking stuff, the riders. We had stuff and.
So it didn't start from Idris?
No, it didn't start. No, it didn't start from me. Yes.
You see why we said you see people that are not telling this story? Let's go back to my question. Now, your question. You directed the video Street Up for Thoroughbred, right?
Yeah.
If you don't give me the complete names, you will drink full. Tell us the names of the original members of this supergroup, the Thoroughbreds.
Be Elect.
1. The late Be
Obi-Wan,
Elect, yeah?
the Jedi. Ili Chapo, Ilbliss, aka that Igbo boy. The Cypher, Elajo. Amaka, Chief Rocker. And just in case you're not like, if you're not drinking yet, we had MGB on the side, and that was a full. So Thoroughbred was like Voltron, you know. You know anything about Voltron?
Yeah, Defender of the Universe, the hands.
And you know, like
together.
So drink up, man. I'm a drinking man, like it's my last.
So why not just drink because? No.
Oh, so you're not the one that's drinking when okay.
Give me your own.
So let me
drink yours. Let me drink yours. I still have one more question. I still have another question.
Okay.
What? Okay. I'll catch you in France. Let's just continue the show. Yeah, you're very correct. Ilbliss, Obi-Wan, MGB, Elajo, and of course the late Be Elect.
Ambassador Elajo.
You have worked with some of the very best names in the music industry. In your journey through entertainment in Nigeria, like you've said, the Jimmy Jats, DJ Humility, Paul Play, Andre Blaze, OJB, Kwame, Ayani Marshall. Let's talk about the contributions of one fellow to Nigerian music. However, a name that seems not to have gotten the credit it deserves and a respected position in the history of today's music annals. Let's talk about Nelson Brown. and his contribution to the Festac Renaissance?
Nelson Brown is iconic. Nelson Brown is huge. And to put it in perspective, if you guys permit, I'll tell you a story. First time I met Two-Face and Blackface was at Hip Hop World, right? Hip Hop World magazine. And they came through, just walked through the door. If I had time, I would have given you a vivid description of what Hip Hop World looked like then. So the door is usually wide open, and these guys walk through. So, I mean, what are you going to do? They said they're going to sing. Okay, how? They said they're going to do it a cappella. And he hit the first notes, the first line. In a matter of seconds, there was like, you had people standing outside of, on the,
that's just
the very, just, even the security guys, the, malams, once they started singing, everywhere was dead quiet, right? Two-Face had not even started singing. Black had not started even having, just the intro. It was madness there. Then we heard the record. Nelson Brown put his touch on that record. And what 12, 15 of us felt that day, and Paul played to reasonable extent in that era. Then there was Don Jazzy. You have producers who were so dominant that they defined the sound of the era, the sounds of that space. And Nelson was one of those guys. He was like a hand in glove. It just connected. He got there. It caught.
Okay, let me just chip this in since we're talking about Nelson Brown. My question: what is the name of Nelson Brown's music label? At least let me get you to drink.
DOVE, Dove Records.
Final answer.
DOVEREC, Dove Records.
It is well. Okay. So I'm not going to ask you one question that you will drink today. Is that what you're trying to do?
I'm trying to see if I can do some magic to, that stuff in Dubai where you have this water,
and it
like
bounces off.
Yeah. So can somebody play some music here?
No, I'm not happy. You're absolutely correct. Damn.
Okay, so my turn.
I'm not doing this show
Without
again.
further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My question, Burna Boy is from a family of respected showbiz personalities. Who is the progenitor of the lineage, and what is he/she to Burna?
Grandfather, no. That's Benson Idonoje, Pa Benson Idonoje.
Your point.
Leave me.
Your point. Okay, so my next question.
Here we go again. Please don't ask me a question that will make me drink.
What do these departed greats have in common in terms of recorded music? What do these greats have in common in terms of recorded music? Dr. Victor Olaiya, Sir Victor Waifo. And just before you start telling yourself that it's Victor, Majek Fashek. What do these three greats have in common?
Sir Victor Waifo.
Dr. Victor Olaiya, Majek Fashek.
What do they have in common?
Yes.
You don't give me options.
No.
They play the
I
instruments.
said in terms of recorded music. So their
Recorded
catalog, yes.
music.
In terms of their catalog of music.
They all made hits.
Yeah, but that's not it. What sticks out? What unique thing did they all have in common? What is that thing that they did shortly before they passed with recorded music?
Sir Victor Waifo.
Dr. Victor Olaiya,
Victor Olaiya.
Majek Fashek. Dr. Victor Laya with
Wait. They all award-winning. Okay, scratch it.
let me help you. Dr. Olaya with Baby Jowo. Majek Fashek with Holy Spirit. Sir Victor Waifo with Chupepe.
They all recorded songs with Tubala.
Yeah, so that was it. I practically. But a round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, they have collaborations with Two-Face. Yeah.
Drink for asking me that question. Drink, man.
No, if I ask you, you fail, you drink now.
Is that
That's what you
doing
said
it?
now. Yeah, so
Let's go on a quick break. I'll be back with the last set of questions. And we're back. Like I always say, ignore whatever you see on this table, because that wasn't what's the
it's not
plan
a
was
true
from the
reflection
beginning.
of the game. You know how you watch a Premiership game.
Don't whine me.
No, you know how you play a Premiership game and the game ends, up at 5-1. But it was, so the margin is very wide on paper. But if you follow the game, you know that the game was tighter than that because the other team, like if you're an Arsenal fan, for example,
They're always losing.
You had attempts, and all of that, but there was no conversion. But so yes, that's the scenario here.
But okay, so hopefully with my last question, you will drink.
Hopefully.
Do you want to ask first or I should go first?
No, go first. We might.
So we're talking about Nelson Brown and of course how he created a very fantastic album for the Plantation Boys. Drink now.
No, just go on, ask the question.
What is the title of that album? The very first album, Plantation Boys.
Plantation Boys. First album.
If you get this question,
I know
I will
it.
drink everything.
I so know it.
Time up.
This is weak. I see the album. I see it.
Just drink.
Body and Soul.
No, that's not my question, by the way, because that cannot be my question.
Body and Soul.
Okay, my question.
Okay.
Eh?
Okay.
What's the problem?
With
Why you keep getting all my questions? Okay.
the guy,
So
the guy that chose to be nice to me. So I'm half lucky, and you guys are half considerate.
Now my real question, and people always tend to miss this. I use this every time on the show.
Yeah.
It's my joker. You know Wizkid is to Wizkid FC. You didn't know?
I know what?
Wizkid, his fan base, they are called Wizkid FCs.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. And Davido is 30 BG.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I know
too?
that.
Did you?
Yeah, I know 30 BG.
If you get this one, what do we call Burna Boy fan base? What are they called? At least you will drink today. Ha.
They don't have any specific name.
Final answer.
Yes, they don't have any specific.
Thank God.
What
They
are
are called the Outsiders.
The
Yes.
Outsiders. That's the
Yeah.
name of the band.
It's
It's not the name of the family. That's the name of
the name
Burna.
of his band.
Yeah, that's the name of the Burna's.
It
Burna's
created
band.
he had an album called Outside. From there, created the fan base. From there, created the band, the Outsiders. That's the name of his fan base. So you will drink.
Okay.
You can still take one more.
I've been thirsty anyway.
Okay,
How many fingers is it?
it's 3.
So,
Okay.
let me tell you something.
Wait.
Let me tell you
Looking at the table, ladies and gentlemen,
Let me tell you
as you can see, 2 down on my side, 3 down on Ifeomorogbe
Well, let me
side.
tell you something.
Yes. I can hear you.
My eyes. Me, I'm very sober, right?
Okay.
If I know I'm sober. I have the way I test that I'm sober. And like the way not today now, and like the way not to sit there. If I were higher, I would have been seeing you guys as 4. But because like, so every time I look and I see the 2 of you, sitting there, I know,
Yeah, right. Your final question. Thank God. You wanted to leave this show without drinking anything? Hell no. Your final question.
I learned something new today. Thank you. My final question is, Buckwide Media and Black House Media, BHM, last year at the Afrima in Dallas, Texas, announced a project touted as the most audacious PR play for the Niger Delta region ever. What are the names of the company and title of the project?
What?
Buckwide Media and BHM, Black House Media, last year at the Afrima in Dallas, Texas, announced a project touted as the most audacious PR play for the Niger Delta region ever. What are the names of the company and title of the project? I'll give you Naira equivalent of $500 if you answer the question.
Let me call
If you don't, you drink 4.
Let me call a friend.
No.
Let me call Mr. Ayeni the Great.
It's just you know Expo.
Buckwide and Breathless Okay. Oh, this money is loud, bro. This money is loud.
Okay, so we go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Buckwide, Breathless.
4, 3, 2.
The music industry, the Renaissance.
0. You lost it.
What is it?
Once I mention it, I'm sure it'll ring a bell.
What is it?
Niger to the world.
Ili.
The Niger
And you
Delta.
wanted to do Niger
The
Delta.
Niger Delta experience.
I'm sorry. Look at me.
Yes.
What's the project about?
Okay, so we set up this entity to optimally promote and monetize Nigerian excellence to a global audience, beginning from, of course, our diaspora outpost. So Nigeria to the world will, through themed concerts, tours, merchandise, fashion collection, pop-up events, biographies, biopics, feature films, TV specials, celebrate Nigerian excellence, at the highest possible level, right? So to set a template, our inaugural project is called the Niger Delta Experience. And what we're doing is we're taking the Niger Delta region on the road, and we're showcasing the absolute best of the Niger Delta region and celebrating its impact on pop culture in Nigeria.
Why Niger Delta first?
We have to start from somewhere. And it's a region. We'll get there. We'll get there. But it's a region we know very well.
Okay.
But beyond just celebrating, what's the importance of starting at the Niger Delta with the Niger Delta? The Niger Delta is a microcosm of Nigeria. There are a lot of great things about the Niger Delta, but unfortunately, out there, too little of that is highlighted. If you were to Google the Niger Delta region now, 70% of the headlines that will pop up are around militancy, pollution, all that kind of stuff. We've not been intentional about telling the story that the Niger Delta is a region of Nelson Brown, of Ojebi Jezreel, of Burna Boy, of Majek Fashek, of Rema, of Charlie Poppy, of RMD, of Osasi Godar, of Basket Mouth, of AY, that. So, and there's a big experience at the cinemas now. It's called One Love, right? The Bob Marley story. It's easy to think of Jamaica and connect it immediately with reggae music and Bob Marley. Nobody thinks of the Niger Delta and connects it with RMD or Sir Victor Waifo
Yes.
or Chris Eyre or Moody or Timi Dakolo or, all those greats, people who have made significant impact. Nobody thinks the Nigerian even thinks Burna Boy. There's no poster. So what we're doing is balancing the story, making a huge cultural celebration. So we have we're doing a talent search. We're recording an all-star album. There's a soundtrack for a documentary. It's called Beyond Oil: The Triumph of Talent. We're doing pop-up events across Nigeria, in North America. We're having a massive showcase at the famous Apollo Theatre, and we're pulling people, Nigerians, from Niger Delta extraction, Nigerians, from general extraction, Africans in the diaspora, Caucasians, African Americans. We're pulling everybody to this huge shrine of, American cultural, renaissance, which is the Apollo Theatre, and we're having a massive celebration of our people, the food, the fashion, the culture. We're going to have Seki dance drama on the Apollo Theatre stage. Yes. We're going to shut everything down and show the world all the beauty, all the radiance of Nigeria, starting with the Niger Delta region.
Really, really looking forward to that. And of course, we wish you the very best with that. So
Thank you very much.
That's really massive.
Thanks.
Back to the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, looking at the table, looking at the bar, 3 down on my side, 3 down on Ife Omorogbe's side.
Oh, 4 down. So this is what elders do. We don't want to feel too bad. So we give you a whooping and try to just make you look like it's not as.
No evidence. The evidence that we have here now. 4 down on this side, 3 down on my side.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this session right here on 7 of 7. But that's not all. As always, the tradition here is to check your sobriety before we let you go. Call it the walk of shame and you won't be wrong. We're doing a tongue twister.
Okay.
We're doing a big black bear sat on a big black rug. You say it 5 times fast.
A
big black bear sat on a big black rug. 5 times fast.
How's that a sobriety test?
Do you want to catwalk so that we'll test if everything's okay?
I want to break dance.
Oh, it's been a while. Let's bring it back. Should we?
Somebody should play me Oli and Jerry breaking the
Good. Ladies and gentlemen,
volume, please.
the first time in many years. Woo! That's the only time you see things like this on the 7 of 7. Yes, the legendary OG in the game.
So, as far as sobriety test go,
no, you're good.
I didn't to stagger too much, have you?
No, you're all right. That you were even busting.
Don't you give me something to drink so that the alcohol, whatever.
You know, go get it. Thank you very much, OG Ife Omorogbe, for coming right here on the show.
Thank you very much.
And of course, for giving us some parts of the knowledge that you have imbibed in your brain. Thank you very much. And of course, we wish you the very best with all you're doing and all you've done. Music, management, and everything. We wish you the very best. Thank you.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you very much. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Looking at the table again, guys. 4 down on this side, 3 down on my side. And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen, this evening. And we hope you enjoyed it. Join us again next time as we drink right here on the 7 of 7. Like I always say, do not drink and drive or else you might spill your drink. Good night.